Cleaning your house with kids present is like brushing your teeth while eating an Oreo. The first time I read this quote on Facebook, I could relate to it on many levels. The first level would be as a mother of two small children, and the second level is as the director of nursing of a 110-bed skilled nursing facility. Our jobs are never done. The purpose of my speech is to inform my audience how to prepare for a skilled nursing facility's annual survey for CMS, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid. The feeling of being ready for a survey is very hard to come by, but it can be done. There are 3 important steps to get this to happen. Number 1, you want to educate all of your staff, both direct care staff and indirect care staff, on all the things that they need to know. Number 2, you want to do chart audits and make sure that your charts are prepared for the surveyor. And lastly, you want to make sure that your facility is ready for the surveyors, because that is very important. So the first point that I'd like to go over is making sure that your staff is ready. You want to require mandatory meetings for all direct and indirect care staff. You cannot assume that your staff are as well versed with the survey process as you may be. This may be their first survey. They may have never done this before. So you need to make sure that every one of them understand the survey process, the tours, the interviews, from patient interviews, resident interviews, family interviews, and then you want to watch your staff give return demonstration on patient care to make sure that they understand that. I found a very helpful thing on nursinghomehelp.org that's called Common Questions Surveyors May Ask, and it kind of gives you a list of things that you could go over with your staff to kind of gauge where they're at. Another thing you want to teach your staff is how important it is to make sure that they stay on task with everything. If a surveyor sees one thing that looks off to them, they can go down a rabbit trail and open an entire new investigation, and nobody wants that to happen. So all hands on deck. The second point is to do chart audits. You want to make sure that your charts are ready for the surveyor. This would include your discharged patients from the last year since your survey and your current patients. You want to have a list of the things that you want to look over so you don't forget anything important. And you also want to make sure that all of your care plans are up to date, that your interventions are in place, that they are patient specific, and that everything is as it should be, because the surveyor will tear it apart. You also want to look at the patients that the surveyors will target. We know this group of patients is going to be patients who have falls, patients who have acquired wounds, patients who are under the age of 55, patients who are on dialysis, and patients who are on hospice. So those are the things that you want to look at. When you're looking in the charts, Sherry Benander RN said on healthtex.com, an important element in consistently providing quality care and performing well during licensure and certification surveys is to be prepared. And this can be done maintaining a constant state of survey readiness through documentation, preparation, and mock surveys. So that just shows you how important it is to stay on top of your charts. So having your team educated and having your charts ready are just a few of the things to help you tackle the survey. The last important thing is to make sure that your facility is ready. First impressions are everything. So you want to make sure that from the time of the facility that the surveyors pull into the parking lot, that the facility looks great. Your maintenance team is doing preventive maintenance. They're doing everything they can to freshen it up. You also want to make sure that you have good systems in place to get stinky linens off the hall, trash off the hall, good air circulating systems. These are all the things that the surveyors will look at. The surveyors are specifically taught from the State Operations Manual, and it says on cms.gov to review the condition of the environment, specifically cleanliness, sanitation, presence or absence of pests, accident hazards, functioning of equipment, and the proper and safe storage of drugs, biologicals, housekeeping compounds, and equipment. This can be so many things, especially when you're operating a system that runs 24 hours a day. So, as I said, we want to make sure that we educate our staff, audit our charts, and make sure that our facility is ready to go, because these will help you have a successful survey. I've had the privilege of seeing 3 deficiency-free surveys in my 13 years, and I attribute that to lots of hard work. And as Florence Nightingale once said, I attribute my success to this. I never gave or took any excuse. If you want to see success, you will find a way.